Hey everyone, it's Justin with MyManJustins Collectible Emporium, and I'm your man for Pokemon cards, card analysis, and Pokemon investment consulting. I recently made some pretty big purchases on some collections. I bought about 3 this week, and I just got one of them in, so I just wanted to go over it with you, talk about why I purchased it, highlight some of the notable cards, and how I'm going to sell them. And this collection is a pretty nice one. It's a collection with a lot of cards that I don't normally get. And there's a couple of different types of collections I usually buy. Some have more common cards that are newer usually. And those cards are good to have in the store because they sell pretty consistently. But then there's other cards that are more unique and they're better for collectors that are really looking for those more hard to find cards to complete their collection. So we're going to get into it right now. So here it is. And just to note, these are going to be available on my eBay store, user MyManJustin. And so this first page just has some kind of more of the newer, more generic cards that are pretty common. They're easy to find. They're low price point, but we'll get into it. Here, this next page, same kind of thing. There are some full arts, which are always good because they cost a little more than the regular GXs and Vs and EXs. And this next page, we got some of these World Championship promo cards. Have the Pokeball in them, a couple of McDonald's promos, a little more unique. So here we got a Dragon Frontiers Reverse Holo. Always good to see these EX era sets. There's a lot of people trying to complete those sets right now, since there's a lot of people just getting on to the next step after Wizards of the Coast era cards. Some more full arts. Here we got some secret rares. Some from Sword and Shield here. And all these cards here, this is a good, I paid a little more for this binder, but I like having cards. These are all around that $5 to maybe $8 range, which is a little nice. You know, when you're selling a lot of $2 cards, it just makes it kind of hard to make any money since a stamp alone costs 50 cents, eBay fees, and all that. You're making like $1 a card. So I like to sell cards like this that are worth at least $5, so I can at least, you know, take in about $4 of profit at least. Here we got the Heart Gold Soul Silver promo Entei. Some shiny cards. These are always nice to have, very desirable right now. There's a subset of collectors that are definitely looking to buy these in mint condition to have them graded, and I think that's actually a really good long-term investment tactic. Also, I just wanted to note one thing I always do when I get collections. The first thing I do is I go through and I find cards that are potential cards that should be graded. Like this card right here would be a card that I would examine as a card that is a potential card to grade, because it's a Blastoise, popular Pokemon from a fairly rare set, the Expedition set. But in the condition that it's in, I wouldn't say that it's worth grading. I mean, it's close. You know, it's got that wear on the bottom. It's definitely not going to make 10. I don't even think it would make PSA 9. It's also got like a print line right there, you can see. That's gonna mark it down as well. I mean, it's a potential, but I'd probably just rather this is also a kind of card that I would let go on an auction format, because since it's a bit more of a high demand and more rare card to even find, this is the kind of card I would let go on an auction format to let the buyers decide the price and that it's worth. Here's a couple nice Pikachu promo cards, E-Series promo. This Dark Dragonite is another card I would look at to see if it is worth getting graded. And this one, again, it's definitely not worth graded. Like for a card like this, it's a Wizards of the Coast era holo card, and it's a Dragonite, which is a popular Pokemon, but it's not going to make 9, I don't think. It looks pretty nice, but it's something I'm going to have to look a little more in detail, because, you know, when you send cards in to get graded for PSA, you got to have a good idea of what kind of return you're going to get on your investment, because it takes a lot of time waiting to have them graded, and you got to know what potential grade you're going to get. You don't want to think something's going to get a 10 and it's really a PSA 6, because that can, you know, kind of screw up your expectations for how much money you put into it and all that. Here's some cool, these are kind of, I mean, this is a card that I've never had before. I've never had the pre-release promo Boundaries Crossed Flygon, so that's kind of cool. Here, this Dark Raichu is another card worth potential grading. It's also the kind of card I would set up for auction. I like auction formats to have the cards like that that are worthy of doing that in my store, because it gives a heightened level of interactivity for the buyers, and it's a little more exciting. And this card, it's an interesting card. I like cards with historical context because this is the first ever secret rare card. As you can see here, it's 83 out of 82 from the Rocket set. Here, this the Legendary Collection. This is a set that I hardly ever get in collections that I buy. This just is a really rare, scarce set. Legendary Collection. So there's actually one more in this collection that's a reverse holo. So good to see that. I like to have new unique cards. This full Lugia Legend is a very, very nice card to have. That with the set, I think it's about a $40 set right there. Lots of Wizards of the Coast era holo cards, always good to see. There's a big market for that. And just from an investing standpoint, in the past year, from my research on eBay, it looks, as a general rule, in the past year, Wizards of the Coast era have gone up about 33%. So that's a good increase in price over time. That's what we want to see. This Espeon here, very popular Espeon card. I believe it's the first Espeon released out of the sets. There's also an Umbreon in the set. That's a really great artwork. It's got a moon in the background. I believe this is around about $100 card right now. This is another card I will definitely let go up for auction and let the buyers decide how much they think it's worth. So you can see there's a lot of Eeveelutions on this page. I really like this Flareon card. It's a really popular Flareon as well. Also the first Flareon released in the English sets. Cards like this, these kind of unique reverse holo Eevee cards are always cool to see. There's definitely always going to be buyers for cards like this because it's more of a scarce, rare Eeveelution card, and there's a lot of Eeveelution collectors out there, and to have these EX era reverse holo cards are nice. You know, with the EX era sets, the reverse holos had this stamp on the card for the reverse holos, and I think that looked really good. I did a whole video of the complete reverse holo Dragon Frontier set, which this card is part of, and you can just see how the set how it looks all together in reverse holo, and I think it looks really cool. We got some Holon Phantoms here, another Rockets Dark Alakazam. Here, this is a cool little subset right here that I'll definitely sell all together. We have the complete reverse holo evolutions of Totodile to Feraligatr. The Cyndaquil Typhlosion chain, the Typhlosion doesn't have the reverse holo version, it's just the holo. I was actually thinking about just buying this card before I sell it in the set and then just selling this card individually, just to make it a more cohesive set. So it's a complete reverse holo evolution set of that. But that's what I look at sometimes to mitigate shipping costs and things like that, to find cards that are good to sell together, and this is definitely an example of that. I'll sell these all together. EX Emerald here is definitely one of the more rare EX era sets, along with Team Rocket Returns, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Deoxys a little bit too, a little more rare, and of course Magikarp is a good card to have in a reverse holo in the EX era. Some Crystal Guardian reverse holos as well. So I mean, this is the kind of stuff I really like to see in collections. Lots of popular Pokemon in reverse holos in the EX era sets. A lot of Wizards of the Coast era holos. So this is good. This is good stuff. I paid a good amount of money for it as well, but I think it was a good buy because these are the kind of cards that they sell quickly, and there's a lot of interest in them. So it's a good investment. These here, I've actually never seen these little hologram cards before. Let's pull this one out. I like this one, James. It's got this hologram pattern. I haven't checked these out yet. Pokemon Advanced. So kind of interesting. I'll see if there's any demand for them right now. I haven't checked it out yet, but we'll see if these are worth anything. This might be something I just sell all together. I'll have to check it out, because if they're only worth like $1 each, I'll definitely sell them together. It's not worth selling things that are worth $1 and having to pay for a 50-cent stamp. Okay, so then also another really great thing that was in this collection is all of these expedition, I forgot what the Japanese name for this set is called, but not only are they these holo versions of a popular set, but they're also the first edition variants. So you can see with Japanese cards, they have the first edition stamp right there. And these are cards that are going to be in demand because the English counterpoints in these sets are very popular cards. The Japanese will be worth a little bit less, but still really nice cards to have. There's, you know, the artwork on this era is the E-series kind of era is just known to be really great. A lot of people appreciate it. So even in Japanese, they're good cards to have, especially here we have this Mewtwo. This is a really iconic secret rare Mewtwo card from Shining Legends. I really like this card. I did send this card into PSA. It's actually at PSA right now. I would say this is a card worth getting graded, and I wouldn't say that about a lot of, you know, cards from the newer sets, especially GX cards. But this is one of them. Just the artwork, you know, it's a Mewtwo. It's just really awesome looking. He's in the test tube. You know, Mewtwo is a hybrid created Pokemon from the DNA of Mew, and that the artwork in this card just really captures that great. So here, this card right here is a really interesting card as well. I believe it is a card released pre-1999, which means that it was released before Pokemon was released in North America. So it's, you know, it's definitely got, you can tell it's got the definitely around 1999 kind of artwork feel. So this might even be a card worth grading. I'll have to see if people are collecting this set, but it's a cool card. It definitely has that vintage feel to it. And we've got some more. Here's a Shadow Foil Charizard. That's a cool card. Caesar, hyper rare. This Gengar Mimikyu, this is like a $15 card, maybe 12. Some Neo Genesis, even in Japanese, worth a little less than the English, but still very nice cards. Here's another EX Emerald Reverse Holo, another, you know, good card. There's people trying to complete the Reverse Holo sets of the EX era. These full art secret rare energy cards, these are definitely my favorite full art energies out of all sets, hands down. They look great. I would even say these are worth getting graded. They truly are a piece of art in themselves. And I think it would actually look pretty cool to have a complete set graded in these. So here we have, I think it's Dragon Frontiers. This is a really popular Neo Genesis card, the Pichu. Gardevoir, this is one of the more valuable full art shinies in Hidden Fates, along with the Caesar, the Sylveon. The Gardevoir is one of the more valuable ones. Of course, the Charizard, obviously, as well, worth much more than all the rest. Here's that Reverse Holo Legendary Collection, and these, I mean, to have a complete Reverse Holo collection, I think would look so awesome in a binder. I've never tried to put together this collection myself, but definitely I'm sure there's someone that will be looking for this card. This is another more valuable GX card. I think it's worth around $8, $9. Another EX Emerald. Like to see that. Some Fire Red, Leaf Green. More Wizards of the Coast base sets. Here's that RC promo Mew that I think it's a really nice artwork, and the price point on it is really affordable. So, you know, there's a lot of Mew collectors out there, and most of them, if not all, could afford this card, no problem. Here we have some Entei's. This is these Ditto cards were really popular in the Delta Species sets. They're Ditto transformations, and the reverse holos are worth much more than the non-holo versions. And it comes in. They're all in this claymation type of artwork. And there's the Charmander, Bulbasaur, Geodude, Mr. Mime. I think there's some others, and there's 2 of each in the set. So it's definitely a nice little unique subset of cards that people are looking for right now to collect and to complete in their collections. And that's something just to, after understanding the market and what people are collecting, you understand, like when you see cards like this, you're like, oh yeah, I know that there is actually, I think 7 more cards in this set that are this Ditto with its transformations, and people are looking for them right now. People are even getting them graded. So, good card to see. This Fossil Gengar right here, very, very popular Gengar artwork, and a card that sells a lot. It's traded a lot as well. It's the kind of card that I'll also probably let go for auction. I think that they're probably worth around $25-30 in this condition, which is about near mint. Level X cards, these are kind of just starting to really go up in value and become more sought after as people just continue to venture through. They go to EX, and they go to the Platinum and Diamond and Pearl eras, and they are getting more sought after as well. Fire Red Leaf Green reverse holo. So, and just a note, in Fire Red Leaf Green, the reverse holos, it's an EX set, but they don't have the name of the set logo stamp on them. Instead, they have this symbol with the all the different energy type in the holo pattern. Boss's Orders is a more valuable full art card, Sword and Shield era. Dark Slowbro, another Wizards of the Coast era holo. We got Wizards of the Coast era Japanese, well, a couple more Japanese. These cards they basically just sell a little slower, I would say, and they're worth a little bit less, but still it's good to be able to have cards for that market, and that's another reason why I like this binder. Extremely diverse. This binder really had everything in it, and it gets into a little bit of each market, and that's a good thing, because when I do that, then I have more different eyes on my store, and it just helps the store overall. Got some VMAX cards, some full art Vs. This is just there's an EX full art. This right here, this is a little more expensive of the hyper rares. I think it's about $12-13. Lowland Executor. A couple more hyper rares, and that is it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing that. Maybe you saw some cards that you would like to add to your collection that you were looking for, or maybe that you hadn't seen before, that now you saw it and said, hey, I like that card, I want to add it to my collection. Hopefully you saw that. Hopefully you just got some insight, and I will be beginning to put these up on my store today. And just to remind you as well, I do have some more collections coming, so there's much more cards to come, and I will be showcasing those as well in the upcoming days. And until then, I'll see you on the next broadcast. Thanks.